Welcome everybody. Thank you very much. And today we are on day 3. So 37 days of live celebration of education festival, the largest education festival in the world, student university webinar 4. Thank you. Now, before basically I go, few things that I want to share is that we are having it 5 days a week. So it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. So do log in every day because we are there on 5 days a week throughout. From 2nd of August, from 13th of August, we have started to 2nd of October. So that's one. Second important announcement is that many of you students are part of the volunteer WhatsApp group and you have been joined. And if you want to have a Zoom one-on-one session, reach out to your volunteers. They will help you out in scheduling the Zoom one-on-one session with me. You don't have to contact me directly because I don't maintain my schedule. These people maintain my schedule. So they will be able to help you better. Okay, so thank you. And with this, I start today's presentation on success skills for study abroad. Can you see my presentation slide? Yes. Okay. So let's start. Now, first, let me start with the company that I work for. It's basically Education Abroad Counseling Center. It started in February 2000, and the objective was our vision was to educate the youth by providing them with study abroad career options worldwide. And our mission was to help 10 lakhs high school and graduate students achieve career growth using pre-application technology. We have counseled more than 13,500 students. Our USP is that we are one of those few study abroad counselors in the world who could do counseling for all countries, all universities, and all levels. We give guaranteed admission to our counseling process because we follow pre-application research-based process, which helps us to do that. So today's topic that I'm going to have is input, process, output. I'm sure you must have heard this topic. Can you just mute yourself? That would be good. Right? Okay, thank you very much. So today's topic is input, process, output. Today is day 3 of the webinar, as I mentioned. And when I say input, process, output, we all think about computer. Okay. And one of the biggest computer that the world has, which God has created, is our human mind. Okay. So this all process is about our human mind. So the first thing is boya पेड़ बबूल का तो आम कहाँ से होए? So it means basically, if what you sow is what you get. Now this is important because our mind is our field and we are the farmers. So what we sow is what we get. Suppose we sow hatred in our mind, we get hatred. If we sow jealousy, we get jealousy. We sow that we are not successful, we are not able to be successful. We say that it is impossible, then it is not possible. So what you sow is what you get. Boya ped babul ka to aam kahan se aaye. If you have put basically, this process is what you sow is what you get. Now let's understand that more with an example. Suppose basically I go on a trip with my family on a holiday, and when everybody is enjoying, I start saying, oh, it's too hot, we should have started early, oh, it's too cold, we should have taken our sweaters or pullovers. It's too rainy, we should not have traveled today. The place is not good, the people are not good, the stay is not good, it is expensive, there's nothing to see. I can grumble, anything and keep on grumbling. Now, when I'm grumbling all these things, am I making my holiday special? Or am I wasting my holiday? Plus, when I do that, I'm probably irritating others as well. And in that process, probably there could be a fight in the trip. Or even if others are enjoying, I am not able to enjoy. So my day is wasted. So who is responsible for this? I myself. I am responsible. Because why am I doing it? Why am I doing all this? Because that is what is in my field. Negative. So what you sow is what you get. And I'm coming out with negative. And these negative thoughts basically doesn't help me to grow. It spoils my day. I am able to find mistakes easily, but I can't find goodness. So all this doesn't help me to grow. And this is important part of our counseling process, because if a student doesn't come with the right positive mindset, then I have to work first on the mindset of the student. That's why this input process output is very important. If the student has the right mindset, then he'll be able to get good admission. He'll be able to get good scholarship. He'll be able to get visa. He will be able to be successful in his career. He'll be able to do much more in his life. He'll be more hopeful. So how does the child gets all these negative thoughts? Now understand, on an average, a person, if you go do a Google, you will find basically a person thinks around, has 60,000 thoughts, and most of it is negative. So when you are a small child, you are basically having all these thoughts, and when I have become big, I can only see negative, I talk negative, I find negative. But the good part is that this thinking can be changed. From negative, you can develop positive. And that's why when I do counseling, I'm a study abroad counselor, but my success is based on I giving the student the belief that they are good. And when I do that, my student gives me results. They are able to get good admissions, good scholarships. And later on, they also give me a testimony. So if you see those testimony, they are all talking the same thing. If I have counseled 13,500 plus students, and if I get 13,500 plus testimony, they'll be all saying the same thing, because that is what I do. Because first important is to see that the field that you have in you, that is your mind, basically you have the right thoughts, the positive thoughts. Only when you have the positive thoughts, your body will perform, or you will do the right action, you will move accordingly. So important to get right inputs in your life, so that you get the right process and you can finally get the right output. Most people blame, that things are not happening. I am unlucky. God has been very unkind to me. The society has been unkind to me. But the fact is, the problem lies in me. It is me who can decide whether basically I can use positive or negative influences. If I don't want to take negative, I can stop negative thoughts. I don't have to be influenced by it. But when I'm getting influenced by negative thoughts, in my brain, I'm sowing negative thoughts. If I get influenced by positive thoughts, in my brain, I'm sowing positive thoughts. That's how our thoughts develop. Our thoughts also develop from our experiences, how we react to those experiences, whether we reacted positively or negatively. So this presentation is very important, because it tells you that you have to get the right input first to get the right output. People always grumble that you don't get the right output. You're not getting the right output because you're not giving the right input. If you are going to think negatively, then it will not happen. And all this is important for your career growth. all this is important because this will help you to grow in your life. Now let's understand it further. Okay. First is basically we have to understand is what you sow is what you get. So a child becomes a terrorist because he has become, when he was small, he was fed with hatred. He becomes so much basically negative that he is ready to kill himself to destroy or to kill somebody else. So what you sow is what you get. Positive mindset is important for the process to get positive output. How I use my positive mindset in developing my thoughts, which helps me to improve my overall work productivity, will give you positive output. My fear is one of the problems that, either it will give you a positive output or a negative output. Now, fears can be positive or negative. Now, let me give you an example of negative fear. In US, man was working, people were working in an ice factory. And the ice factory, it so happens that in the evening that there is a bong sound and the factory laborers leave the company. So what happens is one day when there was a sound, one of the employees did not hear the sound. So he was busy working, and when everybody left and the gate was closed, he came to know that he is all alone. He went banging the door, tried to shout, tried to yell, but nobody was listening. In the morning when the laborers came, they found him dead. The body was taken for the post-mortem, and the report came that he was dead because he was freezed. Now the fact is that there was no electricity in that station. So the entire night, there was no freezing. It was the room temperature. But the fear that this man had that he has been stuck in a refrigerator and he would be died with freezing, actually, he died because of the same. Because his mind gave that particular feeling to the body, which made the body entirely basically go freezed, and he died. That's what the post-mortem told. So this is a negative fear. Negative fear can be fatal. It can lead to death. What about positive fear? Let me talk about a couple in Australia with a child, with a baby. Now, both the couples were working. So it was like different shifts. When the husband was working, the wife was at home. When the wife was working, the husband was at home. Now, weekdays were special because both were at home. And they had a problem with the garage. Sometimes the garage automatically gets locked. So whenever the wife was there, she used to open the garage, and that's how things were happening. One day on a weekend, it so happened that basically the husband was there near the swimming pool. The child was playing. The wife said, I'm going for grocery because weekends are the only days when you can go for grocery. And when the husband was working, he suddenly realized that he has left an important file in the car. He went to the garage and was locked. Now, fear of basically that a child would go to the swimming pool and get drowned, he kicked the garage door so hard that it broke down. And he went to the child and he grabbed the child. Now, earlier also, he had tried many times breaking the door, but he was not able to succeed. But just this fear that the child was near the swimming pool, made him worry, and he used his fear to break the door. So fear can be positive, can be negative. It can help you make, or it can help you break. Now let me see. Okay. So, why I was laughing? Because when I laughed, I could see some of you laughing. So if my laughing, my positive feeling can give you a positive feeling, a negative feeling can also spread negative feeling. So this is one small, but we use it so many times. We get angry, we get use of other things. So use your input wisely so that you can get the right output. Now the problem, some people say that I use the right input, I do everything right, but I don't get the right output. So what's the problem? The problem is we adjust. We ask for the least. We are afraid of, we say, okay, give me little. Okay. When we can ask, it's, our mind, our body, we use 1% of our brain. So imagine if we don't even use 1%. 1% is used by the best people. So we don't even use 1%. Probably we use I don't know how many, 0.005% or 0.1%. I don't know how much. So we don't use our brain so effectively. Imagine if we expect more, what can we achieve? But we ask least. So when I am asking least, I don't get the proper outcome because my result itself, my target is so less. So you should have your confidence and you should ask, what you think you can believe. You can't go overboard, but you ask what you think you can believe. Ask as per what you feel you can stretch yourself. Lacks courage. We basically don't have courage. We think it is stupid to ask. Okay. Though all religions, spiritual talk about many things, I'm taking the Bible quote. It says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. And this is true. Every Bible, every spiritual book will talk about this. But we lack courage. We don't ask. Wrong teaching. Now, wrong teaching is right from the childhood. I have been taught that people who are rich are not good, or basically people who are rich have to suffer a lot, or people who are rich are normally basically those politicians, or basically those gundas. You can't be rich by going the normal good path. That's my teaching from when I was child. So when I was child, I was having this teaching. How can I change myself? So with that same teaching, how can I get more money? How can I earn more? So it's a wrong teaching that is creating a problem within me to basically earn a lot of money. I'm afraid to take risk. Okay, let me give my own example. In 2000, when I wanted to start my own study abroad consultancy, my family is not from business. We are 6 brothers, 2 sisters, none of them. So I'm the only one doing the business. So I used to ask people, I'm going to do this. Can I do this? What do you think? And all my friends said no. Not even single friend told me that, yes, you can do business, Richard. Not even single. And the reason is because not because they did not like me. It's because they felt that business is too risky. So we are afraid to take risk. We blame others. We just blame others. We basically blame others because we don't want to make myself responsible for my mistakes. So rather than I basically taking the ownership, I blame others, saying that because of you, this happened. Because of you, I failed. Because of you, maybe basically parents, maybe friends, maybe families, maybe society, maybe some other person. But we always like to blame others for our mistakes. We don't want to own the responsibility. And when we do that, we are not able to grow. So very important in life is to accept one's own mistake. Is to be ready to accept one's own mistake. If I have done the mistake, I have done the mistake. Let's accept that first. When I accept, that means I'm ready to improve. I'm ready to change. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to develop positive thinking. And when you get the right input, you get the right process and you get the right output. Let me just tell you, end this basically with one example, of WhatsApp, which I've read. Okay. A temple decided to perform a ritual so that that place could get a lot of rain. And a lot of people came to perform that ritual, to do that puja. Only one small child came with umbrella. The fact is, you will get right output only when you believe in the process. If you don't believe the process, it is difficult to get the right output. So that's it for me for today. I hope you are benefited by this input process output method, and you use it in your life to grow, because this has the magic. And this is how to improve this. I'll be teaching you in my 37 days live sessions. 3 days are already over, so 34 more days. So I'll be teaching you in different days, different techniques. So if you want, you can attend every day. This is free and take the benefit of it. Also, basically feel free to share to your friends, families, and others so that they can also take the benefit.